The other big story that came in today, thousands of fans and film industry colleagues are paying their last respects to Kannada superstar Puneeth Rajkumar, who passed away this morning after a massive heart attack. He was just 46. His body will be kept at the Kantivira Stadium in Bengaluru later today, where the public can pay their respects to their beloved star. His last rites will be conducted on Sunday. The megastar was admitted to Vikram Hospital after he suffered a cardiac arrest today morning. Karnataka's Chief Minister has said that Puneet's death is a loss to the world of film and art. The Prime Minister has tweeted as well. The Chief Minister also announced that a state honour will be given to the deceased actor. Let me go straight across to Deepa Balakrishnan, who is joining us live from outside Puneet's residence. Deepa, I'm fairly certain this has been a massive shock for friends and family, and people you recognize, people you don't recognize, would possibly be today pouring in at Puneeth Rajkumar's residence to pay their last respects to a man who was so respected across.
Well, in fact, we have been seeing a continuous stream of visitors, both from the political fraternity and the film one. We saw film actor Sudeep going in just a short while ago. We've seen some seniors from the industry also coming in. I think the family is yet to really process this or understand what really happened, because he was hale and hearty. He attended a music director's birthday party just last evening. There are videos of that are doing the rounds. And this morning around 11 o'clock, he had chest pain. He went to his family doctor. He was diagnosed with a heart attack, told to move to the Vikram Hospital to, get it checked and managed. But he was when he reached there, he was already not responding to any treatment. The family, of course, steeped in shock and in grief. His two elder brothers still worried, about the kind of impact this is going to be having on his family, his young family of his wife and two daughters. So certainly something that the family is yet still trying to come to grips with. Of course, this is a home where he had just been talking about how his next film is all set for release, as in the work on that, production on that was already completed. He was also talking about another film project that he was going to be taking up soon. So nobody really expected something like this to happen. So the family certainly steeped in shock. The state government now looking at arrangements to ensure that his fans, are allowed to pay tributes, because otherwise, of course, there could be quite a bit of hard feelings, emotions to be handled. So that's something they don't want to give place to at this time. So there will be, arrangements being made for public tributes later this evening and tomorrow as well.
And Deepa, the concern is because when Rajkumar had died, Puneeth Rajkumar had died, there was a riot-like situation that had broken out. Fans get emotional, and for Puneeth, he's someone they have seen grow in front of their eyes, given the fact that he started as a child actor. Revati, you are at the Kantivira Stadium, where his mortal remains will be brought in tomorrow, I believe. The last rites will be conducted with full state honours, is what the Chief Minister has said. Could you tell us what we should be expecting from today onwards?
Well, once close family members, friends have paid their last respects at the residence is when the mortal remains will be moved to Kantivira Stadium, where arrangements are being made for public to pay their respects. So not just now or in the last 1 hour, but right after, about an hour after he was hospitalized at Vikram Hospital in Bangalore, police presence was seen across the city. The roads leading to the hospital, roads leading to his residence was all barricaded. So the entire police department, as much as possible, has been in action and is on the ground to ensure that nothing unfortunate. It was a shocking news for those in the industry, the fans as well. So nobody knows how anybody is going to react. So also looking into how the reaction was when his father, late Dr. Rajkumar, passed away, a riot-like situation took place in the state. So to avoid any sort of such incidents, the government has made arrangements at Kantivira Stadium for the public and tight security across the city. In fact, much before the hospital officially declared that he is no more, there was security even in the outskirts of the city, bordering other districts as well. So that's how much preparation, ensuring goes well at this point of time. So, and until the last fight takes, that will continue to be, because we're several more people, fans from a come and pay their last respect to this star no more.
Okay. Revati, stay on with us. I'm going to request Deepa to stay on with us. Reactions have been pouring in since this afternoon. Friends who knew him, people who have worked with him, and people who didn't know him, part of the film industry, but just have heard of what a stellar reputation Puneeth Rajkumar had, a man of few words who spoke less and smiled more. Let's listen into all reactions that have come in so far.
It is with great regret that we report the demise of Mr. Puneeth Rajkumar, leading actor of the Kannada film world. Mr. Puneeth Rajkumar was an extremely fit 46-year-old gentleman. This morning, after his routine exercise, complained of chest pain and was taken and went to his family doctor, where the ECG revealed an acute heart attack, and was immediately referred to our hospital for further management. On arrival at our hospital, Mr. Puneeth Rajkumar was non-responsive and his heart had stopped, which is called as cardiac asystole. We made all attempt, immediate cardiac resuscitation was initiated.
ಕಲಾರಂಗಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ದೊಡ್ಡ ನಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಚಿತ್ರರಂಗಕ್ಕೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ನಾಯಕ ನಟನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಒಬ್ಬ ನಾಯಕತ್ವವಿರುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೇರಿ ಕಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ರು. ಅವರ ನಡೆ ನುಡಿ ಬಹಳ ರಾಜ್ಕುಮಾರ್ ಥರನೇ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ವಿನಯಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ನಡೆ ನುಡಿ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಅಹಿತಕರ ಘಟನೆ ನಡೆಯದಂತೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ಸಹಕಾರ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಮ್ಮ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣವಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಕಂಠೀರವ ಸ್ಟೇಡಿಯಂನಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರಿಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲದಿಂದ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ನಾಳೆ ಇಡೀ ದಿವಸ ಇರ್ತದೆ.
Very difficult for us to accept this fact. Apu, as he was always to us, very difficult for us to, saying the news needs to sink in, and I think it's going to take some time. I spoke to him on Saturday. I was in London, and I spoke to Apu on Saturday before I left London, and I told him that I'm going to come back and speak to you again. My bad that I should have called him as soon as I came to India. I should have spoken to him 3 days back. We just hope that some miracle happens and, he's back with us. That's it. He was the king of Kannada film industry, but like I said before, to his fans, it's different. But people who have known him, he was a gem.
I'm shocked. I can express what I'm going through right now. To me, I did my debut with him. We were supposed to make our debut together, but then I happened to do his second film with him. The maximum number of films. We've done about 4 films together. And he was one of my closest friends in confidant industry. Up until now, a few weeks ago when we last spoke to each other. So I'm in a bit of a shock, because he was hale and hearty and he was a fitness enthusiast. And, he would always ask me, the first question is, have you been working out? How's been keeping fit? So I'm in a bit of a shock right now, actually. His father is a legend. Dr. Rajkumar is still considered one of the best. He's the best in the South industry. And Puneeth's family, the production company that they had, is the one that launched the most quality films in the Kannada film industry. And I was privileged to have been launched through their banner. And Apu for me as a co-star was, he never carried the attitude that he was Dr. Rajkumar's son, that he was already an established actor from an established family. He always, every film that he did it like he was doing his first film. He was so humble, he was so down to earth, he was so jovial, he would always pull my leg, he was always joking. There was never a dull moment when he was around. And he had a caravan and he could have had lunch by himself, but he chose to have lunch with the rest of the crew. He'd sit on the ground, he'd sit with them, he'd eat with them. And I think because I was launched in their banner and my first film was with him, I learned all the good traits of what it is to be an actor from their production company and from him. He never said no to a photograph. He was never rude to anyone. He just had such good qualities. He and his family have always been so nice to me. And up until, when I became an MP, they were always so supportive, so nice. So to me, it's personally a loss,
Yeah, I'm deeply shocked. I still can't believe it because Puneet, he was such a fit person and, he was one of the fittest actors in the Kannada industry. And he was very affable. He was very sweet and very gentlemanly. And I don't know. I don't have words to. We all considered him not as a superstar, but more than a superstar. He was, our friend or our own son, our own brother. That kind of feeling is what he created. That aura around him. He was one of us. And that is what is very shocking today. And I don't know. I've interacted with him on several occasions and. In fact, I interviewed him for a radio channel once, and I've played badminton with him on one of the occasions when we had. And he was such a gentlemanly, very smiling all the time, absolutely no controversy, and, I don't know, what else can I say,
I still can't process it that such a great human being, a great legend, a superstar has been so tragic. It's he was the first co-stars. I started in the Kannada industry with him. He was so humble even then, so welcoming, so warm, so passionate about his work. It's tragic that he's left us so soon. He had this bright smile on his face, which was always giving another person that you're doing right. He was always guiding you with his smile, being very polite, very humble, and yes, he was a man of few words, but he was very, very humble and sweet.
Extremely, extremely shocking and very, very unfortunate to hear this news. It's very heartbreaking to see such a young man pass away. And I don't really know what's going on, but I had the opportunity of working with his brother for 2 movies. And it's really sad to see such a young guy pass away. So one is so shocked that one doesn't really have words to express at this moment. It's just too shocking. It's very, very unfortunate. To hear this news and very heartbreaking as well because this guy, I believe, is just about 46 years and to go at this age is really very shocking and sad.
Deepa Balakrishnan continues to be with us. She's joining us from outside Puneeth Rajkumar's home. This is where his mortal remains are. Deepa, over the last 10 minutes or so, we have seen tributes pour in from co-stars who have worked with him, from people who have not known him, but have heard of his reputation as someone who was extremely humble. I want to ask you what is likely to pan out over the next 2 days, because Sunday is when the funeral takes place, with full state honors.
Well, the state government has decided that they will be allowing for public tributes, fans to go in and have one last glimpse of him before they take the mortal remains away for the last rites. Right now, the mortal remains are at his home here in Sadashiv Nagar. You can see that right behind me, where there is quite a bit of attempted crowd control. First of all, there are barricades about half a kilometer away, because what the government and the police now is trying to do is give their family and close friends a few quiet moments, because Obviously, the family is in deep shock. They had to process this. They wanted to, allow only for very close friends to come in. But even then, we are seeing a continuous stream of, politicians as well as well-known faces from the film industry coming in and, paying their tributes at his home before it is taken away. A few religious rites that are happening at the home as well. Before the body is taken away, the mortal remains are taken away to the stadium where it will be kept for public viewing. A little later in the evening, the van for that to transport the body is already arrived. So it's likely that it will be moved in the next in less than about half an hour, I would say. After which we would be getting updates from the family on what is the next plan as far as last rites are concerned. But right now, of course, considering the family is still in deep shock, they are yet to decide on what exactly will be happening tomorrow and day after. His two elder brothers, who are also, in the film industry, Shiv Rajkumar, who's a well-known actor himself, Raghavendra Rajkumar, who's a well-known producer, both of them here, trying to grapple with their own grief, of course, because he is, after all, the youngest and the healthiest sibling, and, his passing at such a young age really has steeped the family in shock.
It is not just the family, not just the state, but the entire country. To have a mega star like that, a super fit person, go away at the age of 46, die of a massive heart attack, as it were. It's a story that we are keeping track of here on CNN News 18. There are more details on our website, news18.com. A quick break. There's more news coming up on the other side. Do stay with us. Listen, Aryan is